Are you over 60 and struggling with prostate problems? You're not alone, and this might surprise you. Today we're talking about something most men never hear from their doctors: how masturbation could be helping or hurting your prostate. It's not awkward, it's not taboo, it's your health, and you deserve the truth. This video breaks it all down. No medical jargon, no fluff. Just real, science-backed facts and clear advice so you can take control of your body with confidence. And stick around until the end, because we'll share one specific habit that could give your prostate a natural tune-up, and most men have never even heard of it. Let's dive in.
Hello, I'm Dr. Kara. If you're over 60 and dealing with stress, tension, or even prostate discomfort, I want to speak directly to you. Not with judgment or awkwardness, but with real, compassionate advice. One of the most overlooked tools for stress relief and prostate support is something you might not expect: masturbation. I know it's not something we often talk about in public, and certainly not something many seniors feel comfortable discussing. But here's the truth: your health doesn't stop being important just because the topic is a little sensitive. When you masturbate, your body releases a surge of endorphins, those natural feel-good hormones that help you relax, feel calmer, and sleep better. These chemicals aren't just about pleasure, they're your body's way of protecting you from the physical and emotional toll of chronic stress. And stress, especially in older adults, can take a serious toll, not just on your heart or your mood, but on your prostate as well. Tension can affect blood flow and circulation in the pelvic area, which plays a role in how your prostate functions and feels. But by taking a few quiet moments for yourself, you're not just relaxing, you're actively supporting better pelvic circulation, reducing tightness, and giving your body the relief it needs to recover and stay strong. I've worked with thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, and one of the biggest struggles they face is feeling disconnected from their own bodies. They're told to ignore their needs, to stay silent, or to be ashamed of things that are completely natural. Let me be clear, there's no shame in caring for your health in all aspects. Your well-being matters, and sometimes the most natural solutions are the ones that work best when practiced in moderation and with mindfulness. If this message spoke to you, I encourage you to like this video, and more importantly, share it with someone who may need to hear it. You never know how powerful one honest conversation can be.
If you're over 60 and finding it harder to fall asleep or stay asleep, you're not alone. Sleep issues are one of the most common complaints I hear from my senior patients, and for good reason. As we age, sleep doesn't come as easily. You may wake up more often, feel less rested, or toss and turn well past midnight. And yet, good sleep is absolutely vital to your healing, immunity, and emotional well-being. It's when your body repairs, your mind resets, and your system finds balance. But here's something many don't realize. A natural, private moment of release, like masturbation, can actually support better sleep. This isn't about being crude. It's about understanding how your body works. When you engage in that kind of activity, your body enters a state of deep relaxation. Physically, your muscles loosen. Mentally, stress and tension melt away. And biochemically, your brain releases a combination of endorphins and calming hormones like oxytocin and prolactin, the very same compounds that help your mind unwind and your body prepare for restful sleep. For seniors especially, these moments of calm can be the difference between a restless night and a full, restorative sleep. And when you sleep well, everything improves: your memory, your immune system, your mood, even your prostate health. Let me be clear, this isn't a prescription. It's simply a reminder that your body is wise. And sometimes the answer isn't found in another pill, but in a safe, natural rhythm that supports your well-being. So, if you've been struggling with sleep, if the nights feel long and restless, consider this simple truth. The path to better rest might be more natural than you think.
If you're a man over 60, I want to talk to you today about something that often goes overlooked, but can have a major impact on your prostate health, healing, and overall well-being. Let's talk about blood flow, specifically circulation in the pelvic area. Now, you may not think much about it, but healthy blood flow is absolutely essential, especially as we age. Blood carries oxygen, nutrients, and immune support to the tissues that need it most, including your prostate. When circulation slows down due to age, a sedentary lifestyle, or even inflammation, those tissues don't get the fuel they need to stay strong, resilient, and pain-free. Here's the good news. Simple, natural habits, including masturbation, can stimulate circulation in the pelvic region, helping to keep everything moving the way it should. You see, when you engage in that kind of activity, your heart rate increases slightly, blood vessels expand, and the pelvic area becomes more active and nourished. That means your prostate, along with surrounding muscles and nerves, receives more oxygen, more nutrients, and more support for repair and recovery. It's like giving your body a gentle tune-up from the inside out. For many men, especially those experiencing chronic pelvic discomfort or early signs of prostate inflammation, these subtle improvements in blood flow can make a meaningful difference over time. I want to be clear, this isn't a magic fix, but it's part of a bigger picture. Movement, circulation, and natural release all contribute to how well your body maintains itself and how effectively it can bounce back from strain, pressure, or aging. So if you're looking for one more way to care for your prostate and your overall vitality, don't ignore the power of healthy blood flow and don't be afraid to consider all the natural ways to support it.
If you're over 60 and you've been feeling more anxious, more irritable, or just a little off, let me say something that's important to hear. You're not alone, and you're not broken. As we get older, our hormones shift, our routines change, and we often carry around more stress than we realize, physically, emotionally, even spiritually. And yet, one of the most powerful tools we have for lifting our mood is also one of the most natural: the release of feel-good hormones during healthy, private moments of self-care. Yes, I'm talking about masturbation. And no, there's absolutely no shame in this conversation. When you engage in that kind of activity, your brain responds by releasing endorphins, dopamine, and oxytocin, the same hormones responsible for feelings of joy, connection, and calm. These chemicals are your body's own natural antidepressants, and they can go a long way in helping you feel centered, motivated, and emotionally balanced. I've seen this again and again in my patients. When men allow themselves safe, natural moments of release, they often feel less anxious, sleep more soundly, and report a clearer sense of well-being, even in the face of medical challenges or life stressors. And here's something else to remember. When your mood improves, your ability to care for yourself improves too. You eat better, you move more, you take your medication on time, you smile a little more often. A positive mood isn't just a perk, it's a foundation for better health. Now, this isn't about frequency or pressure. It's about recognizing that your emotional health matters, that simple, private self-care routines can be part of a healthy, respectful life, no matter your age.
If you're a man over 60, I want to share something with you that could make a real difference in your long-term prostate health. And it's probably not something you've heard in a typical doctor's office. Let's talk about the role of regular ejaculation in maintaining a healthy prostate. Now, this may sound uncomfortable at first, but stick with me, because this is about your health, not about taboo. And if we're going to age with strength, dignity, and clarity, we need to talk about everything that affects us, even the quiet parts of our biology.
Your prostate isn't just sitting there passively. It plays an active role in your reproductive system. And like any organ, it benefits from regular use and healthy function. When you ejaculate, you're not just releasing fluid, you're also helping to flush out substances that can otherwise accumulate and irritate the prostate over time. Think of it like maintenance for your car. You wouldn't let oil build up and thicken without doing a regular oil change. In the same way, regular ejaculation can act as a kind of natural tune-up for your prostate, reducing the risk of congestion, inflammation, or discomfort. There's also early evidence suggesting that men who maintain regular ejaculation patterns may have lower risks of developing certain prostate issues, including inflammation and stagnation-related discomfort. It's not about extremes, it's about listening to your body and giving it what it needs to stay in rhythm. And let me be clear, this isn't about pressure or performance or how often, it's about balance. About recognizing that your body still has needs and that those needs are worth respecting and caring for. So, if you've ever wondered whether this private part of your life still matters, I'm here to tell you it does, and caring for it might be one of the simplest, most natural ways to support your long-term health.
And while I strongly believe in open, honest conversations about health, especially for older adults, I also believe in balance. That means talking not just about the benefits of certain habits, but also the potential downsides, so you can make the best choices for your unique body. So today, let's discuss one possible concern that can arise with masturbation in some seniors: overstimulation. Now first, let me be clear. There's no shame in taking time for yourself. In fact, as we've already discussed, it can offer real benefits for stress relief, sleep, circulation, and even prostate health. But, like anything else in life, too much of a good thing can create problems. If you engage in masturbation too frequently or too vigorously, especially if you already have an inflamed or sensitive prostate, it may lead to irritation or soreness in the pelvic region. That's because the tissues surrounding the prostate, including nerves and muscles, can become overstimulated or even mildly swollen when not given time to rest. Some men describe a dull ache, a feeling of pressure or discomfort that lingers for hours or even days. If that sounds familiar, your body may be signaling the need to slow down, take a break, and allow time to recovery. And just like we treat overworked joints or tired muscles with care, the same applies here. Listen to your body. If you feel sore, tender, or unusually fatigued after a session, it's okay to ease back and let yourself heal. Remember, healthy habits are always about balance, not guilt, not extremes. There's no magic number that fits everyone. What matters is how you feel, physically and emotionally, and how your body responds over time. If this gave you clarity or comfort today, I encourage you to like this video and, more importantly, share it with someone you care about. You never know who might be silently wondering if what they're feeling is normal, and a little reassurance can go a long way.
As someone who's spent decades helping men navigate the realities of aging, I believe in giving you the full picture, the benefits and the cautions, so you can make informed, confident decisions about your health. So let's talk about something many men don't expect, but often experience: temporary fatigue after masturbation. Now, this isn't a sign that anything is wrong. In fact, it's quite normal. During sexual activity, even solo activity, your body expends physical energy and goes through a hormonal shift. When you reach climax, your brain releases chemicals like prolactin, oxytocin, and endorphins, which contribute to a natural sense of relaxation, even drowsiness. That's why, especially for older adults, you might feel noticeably tired afterward, sometimes even drained. And while that may feel peaceful if you're winding down before bed, it can become inconvenient if it happens in the middle of the day when you still need to run errands, work on projects, or stay mentally sharp.
I've had many senior patients tell me they were surprised at just how sleepy or sluggish they felt afterward, sometimes enough to disrupt the rest of their afternoon. And that's okay. It's simply your body's way of shifting into a restful recovery mode. But here's my advice. Timing matters. If you notice this pattern of fatigue, try shifting your routine to the evening hours when you naturally want to unwind anyway. That way, instead of interfering with your daily rhythm, it may actually enhance your nighttime relaxation and promote better sleep. The key is always the same. Pay attention to how your body responds and adjust accordingly. There's no one-size-fits-all formula, but tuning into your body's signals is one of the smartest and most respectful things you can do as you age.
Today, I want to talk to you about something many men over 60 experience, but few ever say out loud: guilt. Specifically, the kind of guilt that can follow something as natural and human as masturbation. You see, in my practice, I've worked with countless men who carry the quiet weight of shame, anxiety, or emotional conflict around this topic. For many, it stems from years, sometimes decades, of cultural or religious messaging that labeled self-pleasure as something bad or wrong. Even if you logically know better today, those beliefs can leave a deep imprint. And the result? You may feel torn between doing something that brings comfort or release and feeling bad about it afterward. Let me be very clear. This kind of internal conflict isn't just unpleasant. It can take a toll on your mental well-being, your stress levels, and even your self-esteem. Some men even start avoiding healthy self-care habits altogether, not because they're physically harmful, but because of the emotional burden they carry after. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know you're not alone, and there is nothing shameful about understanding and caring for your body. Our beliefs are powerful, but so is our ability to reframe them, to look at our bodies and the natural functions they have with curiosity, respect, and compassion, rather than judgment. And sometimes that starts with simply having the courage to talk about it. So, if you've been carrying guilt around this subject, I encourage you to talk with someone you trust, whether it's a doctor, a therapist, or even a close friend. These conversations help us let go of old scripts and embrace a healthier, more forgiving view of ourselves. You deserve comfort, clarity, and confidence in every part of your life.
Hello again, I'm Dr. Kara. As we come to the end of this conversation, I want to leave you with something important. Not just as a doctor, but as someone who genuinely cares about the well-being of every man navigating the later chapters of life. We've talked today about masturbation and how it can affect your body, your prostate, your mood, your energy, your sleep, and even your sense of peace. And the truth is this: when practiced mindfully and in moderation, it can be a healthy, natural part of a man's life, even and especially after 60. But here's the key. Listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, if there's discomfort, fatigue, soreness, or emotional tension afterward, don't ignore it. Your body has a voice, and it's always speaking to you. The more in tune you are with those signals, the better care you can take of yourself. And if you've struggled with feelings of guilt, shame, or anxiety around this topic, know that you're not alone, and you're not broken. These feelings are often tied to old beliefs we've carried from childhood, culture, or religion. But they don't have to define your present. Talk about them with a doctor, a counselor, or someone you trust. There is strength in facing these feelings and freedom in releasing them. If you're experiencing persistent prostate discomfort or ongoing health concerns, don't hesitate to speak with a qualified healthcare provider. No video, not even mine, can replace the value of a personal, face-to-face conversation about your unique health needs. Aging doesn't mean disconnecting from yourself. On the contrary, it's the time to become even more aware, intentional, and compassionate with how you care for your body and mind. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like it and share it with someone else who might benefit. These aren't just conversations, they're lifelines for clarity, confidence, and connection. Stay informed, stay empowered, and most of all,
Stay kind to yourself. I'm Dr. Kara, and I'll see you in the next video.